Hey Credit Warriors, Credit Shifu here, and I am super excited because I have just booked a 5-star vacation in the Cayman Islands completely with credit card points. Well, you know, there is a little bit of cash for taxes and fees associated with it, but pretty much totally using credit card points. Now, first of all, I want to thank Dashlane for sponsoring this episode. I actually used their software in making this booking and it was super useful. We'll tell you a little bit more about that later in the video, but first of all, let's talk about this trip. So we are going to be going to Grand Cayman in the Cayman Islands. If you don't know, the Cayman Islands are a British overseas territory in the Caribbean. Super nice, tropical paradise type place. We're going to be staying at the Ritz-Carlton, which if you read any of the travel guides about the Cayman Islands, it seems to be generally thought of as the best hotel on the island. It's on 7 Mile Beach, which is this wonderful white sand beach where there are many hotels, the Ritz-Carlton, the Marriott, the West Inn. Those are the 3 in the Marriott portfolio that I looked at. And yeah, so the Cayman Islands, you can swim with stingrays there, with turtles. You can laze around on the beach, play with paddleboards, all sorts of cool stuff. So we're very, very excited. And we booked a direct flight there on JetBlue. So first of all, we'll talk about how we booked the hotel. Now, the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, it's 60,000 Marriott/SPG points per night. Okay, now that the two are merged, the points are valued the same. So I had 60,000 points in my SPG account. So that was enough for one night, for the first night. So I went ahead and I booked one night at this hotel through my SPG account, but we wanted 2 more nights, so 3 nights in total. Now, Mrs. Credit Shifu had 110,000 Marriott points in her account from the Marriott Premier Plus card. So 100,000 was from the sign-up bonus, and then in doing the spending to get the sign-up bonus, she got another 10,000. Just as a side note, the sign-up bonus has now gone down to 75,000, so you can't get that 100,000 anymore. 75,000 is still quite good though. Anyway, so yes, she had almost enough for 2 more nights, but not quite. But in my Chase account, UR points, I had about 10,000 points. So I went ahead and I transferred my 10,000 points over to my personal, my own Marriott account, okay? And with the idea that I'm then going to transfer it over to Mrs. Credit Shifu. Marriott allows you to transfer between family members. On their website it said up to 50,000 a year. The guy on the phone told me it was up to 100,000 a year, so I'm not sure what to believe, but anyway, you can transfer points between accounts with Marriott. So a transfer from Chase to Marriott, it actually takes 2 days. Some of these transfers are instant, like transferring to British Airways from Chase, pretty much instant, but transferring to Marriott from Chase takes 2 days. So in the waiting time, you could lose the room, it could sell out. So what you should do in this situation, if you haven't quite got enough points in your account, you can actually phone up. You phone up the number on the back of the Marriott Premier Rewards Plus card, this one here, the Marriott customer service, not the Chase one, the Marriott one, and you know, you provide your awards number and you can then reserve the room, even if you don't have any points in your account. And what you do, so that reserves the room for you. Make sure it's the correct room, okay, one that can be paid for with points. So you can first search on the website and find out which room it is. With us, it was the 2 queen beds, garden view room or whatever. And then what you can do, once all the points have transferred to your account, because you may be transferring from banks, from this, from that place, whatever, from family members, once they're all transferred, you can then call up again and say, hey, can you assign these points to this booking? I want to play with points. And they'll send the award certificate to the hotel. You must do this before you go and check in. Otherwise, you might have problems, because what happens is that the central office of Marriott or whatever send award certificates to the hotel that cover your stay. If you haven't done it before you check in, I don't know how that's going to work out for you. You may end up having to pay with cash, okay? So, although I'm not sure of it, just to avoid disappointment or a massive bill, make sure you sort it out before you leave for your vacation. You don't want to have that headache. And so the Ritz-Carlton, it's a wonderful hotel. I mean, just look at these images, it's beautiful. And if you want to know how much it costs per night for those days, it's $868. I mean, to me, that's just an insane price to pay for one night at a hotel. So doing the math, we spent 60,000 Marriott points, SPG points per night. It works out what 1.4 cents per point in value we got out of that. Now, the points guy values Marriott points at 1 cent per point. So we got a reasonably good valuation, definitely above average for this booking. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Now I want to talk about our direct flight to Grand Cayman on JetBlue. We transferred 100,000 Amex points over to JetBlue to make this booking, and we also paid about $250 in taxes and fees. We'll explain all of that in just a moment, but first of all, I want to talk about Dashlane. Now, in making this booking, we had to sign in and out of several different accounts, and that's where Dashlane's software really came in handy. Dashlane uses patented encryption technology to store multiple passwords as well as home addresses, names, credit cards across all your devices that can be seamlessly used when you need them. When you want to log into accounts, like when I transferred Amex points over to JetBlue, and that's an instant transfer by the way, I then needed to log into JetBlue's website to continue with the booking. Dashlane seamlessly auto-filled the password and personal info boxes for me. Dashlane can also store your credit card info using their encrypted system, so when I was ready to pay my $250 or so in taxes and fees on my JetBlue booking, I selected my Chase Sapphire Reserve because of its trip cancellation insurance, and Dashlane seamlessly auto-filled the boxes for me. In this booking, I logged into Marriott, SPG, Chase, American Express, and JetBlue. 5 accounts in total. So you can see how handy having a password manager can be. But Dashlane doesn't stop at that. It can even help you change passwords that aren't secure enough with the click of a button. The free version can store up to 50 passwords, and the premium version is unlimited and also provides a VPN for secure web browsing and monitors the dark web for your personal information. If you guys are interested in Dashlane and you want to try the premium version, we will give you a 10% off code at the end of this video. Now, I transferred 100,000 Amex points over to JetBlue, and we earned these Amex points in the space of 1 month by doing referrals for the Amex Gold Card. Okay, remember the Gold Card came out a couple of weeks ago? So we actually used, 2 different links from Mrs. Credit Shufu's Amex Platinum Card and Amex Everyday Card. Each card is limited to 55,000 points per year in referrals. So if you use 2 cards, you can double that. So literally in the space of like 2 weeks, she got 110,000 American Express membership reward points in her account. So thanks to everyone that signed up for the Gold Card through our links. We really appreciate it. Now, I transferred Amex points over to JetBlue at a ratio of 250 to 200. So 100,000 points gets you just 80,000. Okay, that's not good. I know I'm gonna get criticized for that. And on top of that, because it's a US airline, Amex makes you pay this tax, which is $60 or 12,000 points. We chose to use the points just because we had them. Obviously, it's more economical to use dollars because you're just getting a rate of 0.5 cents per point if you use 12,000 points to cover $60,000 in charge, $60 in charges, sorry. But anyway, guys, so then with the booking, the flights cost $12,700 per person each way, per adult. I'm not sure what it was per child, it didn't show it, but anyway, the total was 76,200 points plus $250 in taxes and fees. If we just have a look what that would cost if you booked with money, it would be $200 on the way out per person and $274 on the way back per adult. I assume the child gets a discount, maybe, I don't know, but anyway, it's a total of $1,400. So if we deduct the $250 for taxes and fees that I paid from the $1,400, we get $1,150. So that means that 100,000 points that we transferred over from Amex, we got a 1.15 cents per point value out of. Actually, it'll be a little bit higher than that because we didn't use all of them. We still had about 3,800 left in the JetBlue account, but it was pretty much 100,000. So 1.15 cents. It's not great value, and we had to pay that 12,000 points on top of that in the for those taxes, whatever. But you know what? When you earn the points so quickly, it doesn't really matter as much. If I'd earned those points over a year, I definitely probably wouldn't have redeemed them in this way. Earning them within the space of 2 weeks is just like, you know what? I value a direct flight at a reasonable hour. This is a 9 a.m. flight as opposed to like a 6 a.m. or a red eye or anything like that. We don't have to change. It's directly there, 3.5 hours or so. That's what I value. So, when you earn the points easy, it's not as big a deal if you don't get, massive value for them. So that's our trip, guys. We'll be going in early November. We'll have hotel reviews, trip report videos out in mid-November. It's going to be really cool. If you are interested in Dashlane, which we demoed in this video, we have the link for 10% off your first year of the premium service. You can go to dashlane.com/creditshifu to sign up. We'll also put that link in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave your comments, thoughts below. As always, please subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.